Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to talk a bit about Overwatch 2 and my thoughts on the game and what I think that the game will be or do and just in general, stuff like that. So to start, of course, in case you somehow haven't seen it and seen anything about Overwatch 2, I'll have some stuff linked in the description. I'll have the announcement cinematic, I'll have the gameplay trailer, and I will have a link to a summary of the What's Next panel, just so you kind of get an idea of what's going on. So you kind of get some quick understanding. So to start, let's talk about the story missions. That's the kind of thing I'm really excited for. That's the thing that I've wanted the most out of Overwatch. I'm typically not someone who plays competitive games, so Overwatch to me, and I love Overwatch, is an exception. It's a massive exception. It's one of the games that I play more than any other. It probably is the game I play more than any other. I play it a lot because I really enjoy the game. I think it's a fun game to play, and I have no reason to not keep playing it, and I'm going to keep playing, of course, the competitive modes when Overwatch 2 comes out, I'm sure. But I think for me, the story stuff is the stuff I care the most about. I'm really excited for that. I love Archives as an event. It's a little unfortunate not going to get a new Archives mission this year, or next year, but I don't really care that much because, well, we have an entire game coming in the future that will have missions all the time. But it's something that I'm really excited about. So it's cool to me that that's what they're doing. I didn't expect it to be completely the way they did it with the missions, but I think it'll be fun. I'm interested to see how the story goes. I'm interested to see how the different characters kind of react to Overwatch as an organization, and I think that'll be really cool. I made a video, like a year ago now. I don't even remember how long ago it was. I didn't even remember what heroes were out yet when I made that video. But I made a video where I speculated, the different heroes in the game and where their allegiances might lie if they were to join Talon or Overwatch, or now obviously Null Sector. I thought it was a cool video because there was this rumor a really long time ago that didn't come true, and I didn't think it would come true. But there was this rumor a really long time ago. There was gonna be this video, this massive cinematic, where everyone would kind of fight against each other. It'd be like this 20-minute long cinematic, and people would pick sides. Maybe it's surprising thing, and I thought it was kind of I didn't expect it to happen, and it didn't happen. So. I'm not surprised, but it was cool, and I thought it was a fun video when I recorded it, so I had a good time with that one. But now we're gonna get to actually see the sides that heroes take, and I think it'll be really cool. So that's one of the things I'm really interested to see. If I had to guess for a lot of them, I'd say they're pretty straightforward for most of the characters. Characters who have been associated with Overwatch and not Talon are likely going to join Overwatch. Characters that have been associated with Talon or have been continually associated with Talon probably will join Talon. Baptiste is an interesting one. I would assume he would join Overwatch. We know that, of course, he has the connection to Mercy, and I think that'll be interesting to see. But that's all just speculation at this point in time. I'm really excited for the story missions, though. I think story missions are going to be really cool. I think hero missions are going to be really cool. Which is the different missions where you just kind of they're highly replayable, and that's where you have your hero talents and stuff, so you can just make your really crazy heroes that do really crazy stuff. That'll be really fun. I think that'll be one of the most fun things you can do. You can just have Hanzo with a Yondu arrow, pretty much, from Guardians of the Galaxy. That was the coolest thing. That anyone that gets caught in the Sonic era thing, and it just hits anybody that is also caught in the Sonic era if you shoot someone that was caught in the Sonic era. That's a really cool thing. I think it's really cool seeing some of the stuff you can do. and they don't have to be balanced because obviously it's against bots and AI, so it's like who really cares if it's balanced or not. What I do think would be cool though, and this is something I tweeted about yesterday, but I think it would be cool if we got like an arcade mode. I've seen other people talk about it as well. I think it'd be cool if we got like an arcade deathmatch mode where you could use your hero talents. I think that'd be really fun. Like obviously it's an arcade mode, so it's not meant to be competitive. But could you imagine like just playing and you're playing May and you're just bowling into people in a deathmatch map? And it could be free for all deathmatch, it could be team deathmatch. Doesn't really matter to me. But I think that would be so fun to do. It would be really cool. You know, you could do like the Rhine shatter that goes all around you, or the May ice block thing where you get in and then it, you know, freezes everyone when you get out of it. Like that just to me would be super fun and super stupid in a deathmatch mode. So I hope we get that. I think we will. I kind of expect that to be something we get potentially. But I think it'd be cool. It's definitely something that I would play because I think it'd be fun and I think it'd be stupid, and that's good enough to me. It doesn't need to be fair. It's as long as it's fun. For an arcade mode, I don't really care. I think it'd be really cool. The other thing, of course, that we have is changes to the competitive modes, new maps. We don't really know any of the new maps yet, with the exception of Toronto. I just want to know what game mode they'll be for. We know about Toronto. We know about Monte Cristo or Monte Carlo, not Monte Cristo, Monte Carlo. We know about Gothenburg, and we know about Rio de Janeiro. They're all new maps that we know are coming. We just don't know what type of game mode they'll be for. I saw something about Gothenburg being an assault map, but I don't know if that's true. But of course we have Push. We have the new game mode Push, which is what Toronto is a map for. I think Push looks really fun and really interesting. I've seen some people talk about how they... Reinforce was talking about this on Plat Chat, but he was saying that he thinks that it is a game mode that feels really good. It feels very dynamic. It's kind of always moving, but there's also a fear that it could be very easy to just kind of like roll over somebody because you just kind of spawn, you just kind of camp the spawn and you can't really get out. And there's definitely some things that I think Push needs to be tested a lot before Overwatch 2 drops. I hope there's like an Overwatch 2 like PTR beta thing, like a hefty one, a decently long one, especially for Push. You don't really need to do a beta, I think, for the story missions. They probably won't, but I think they should do a hefty PTR beta thing for Push just to, and all the new maps, because I don't think they should roll them out without having them tested first. And I would expect them to do that. I don't think it's going to be something you don't get to have this beta with a bunch of new maps and stuff. I think they're going to have to do something like that, but we don't have any reason yet to think they will. So that's that. And then of course we know we're going to get some new heroes. We don't really know who yet other than Sojourn. I'd expect Echo to come at some point in time. Echo possibly might come to Overwatch 1 before coming to Overwatch 2, just based on what we've seen with I think the way they're using Echo. It feels like she's going to be coming to Overwatch 1 first. It feels like they maybe even were planning to have her out before BlizzCon came around, and then she just wasn't ready. Who knows? It's just like she was a very central part of the announcement trailer, and seemed like a very central part of the story mission that they had playable at BlizzCon. I saw some streams play it. I didn't play it. I saw some streams play it. But it seemed like she was very important, to a point where it was like, she should already be around, and it's like you should already know who she is, but not everybody watches the cinematics. So we have this character in Echo who it feels like you're supposed to know who she is before she even shows up, and to me that feels like something you need to be working into Overwatch 1 first before you work into Overwatch 2, especially in a reveal trailer. I think you definitely have to do that. So I would expect Echo to make her way into Overwatch 1 before Overwatch 2 comes out. But that's just, once again, a thought. But I think Overwatch 2 looks pretty good. The last thing is the redefining a sequel thing, because that's the big talk about this game, is that Jeff Kaplan said we're trying to redefine a sequel. What does that mean? At the end of the day, I think that calling Overwatch 2 a sequel isn't necessarily true. I don't think it's a sequel. And the reason why I don't think it's a sequel is because you don't have to... To me, the thing that makes a sequel is that it's something completely different, right? The game is completely different. The movie is completely different. It's not the same thing you're getting. Maybe it has the same characters and whatnot, but it's a different. It's just different. Overwatch 2 isn't really different from Overwatch 1. It's just, here's the same stuff with more onto it. So it feels more like an expansion, right? Just because they've updated the graphics engine and updated the game engine, and added the story missions and hero missions and all that kind of stuff, you still, every Overwatch 1 player still gets push, still gets all the new heroes, still gets all the new maps. They just don't get PvE stuff. So to me, it makes more sense just to say, okay, well, then Overwatch 2 is just an expansion. And the other thing is that the Overwatch 1 engine will be updated to be what the Overwatch 2 engine is. It's not like Overwatch 1 players get all the same stuff as Overwatch 2 players, but it's like split and separate, and Overwatch 1 players have their own server and Overwatch 2 players have their own server. It's all together. It's all the same game. It's all one game, one launcher, everything. But the change is to the way that we're going to see, or just going to get new maps and stuff, and new heroes, and the new mode. Competitive, while Overwatch 2 is just going to be the like PvE stuff. Don't have any idea of pricing or anything like that, but I would hope that they don't charge $60 for Overwatch 2 to players who already have Overwatch 1, because Overwatch 1 is at a lower price already. I think it's $40 now, as opposed to when it came out and it was more. I think it's moved down. Let me take a look here. It might even be like $20. Like, I'm pretty sure the base game for Overwatch is pretty cheap now. The standard edition for the game is $19.99. So, if I had to guess, I think they're going to have Overwatch 2 priced at about $60, right? And it's basically, you get the standard edition of the game plus the new PvE content for $40, right? So I am under the impression that the game will be $40 for people who already have Overwatch 1. That's just my thought. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it'll be cheaper. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But that's where I'm thinking, just because I imagine the game is going to be priced at $60. That just seems like what they're going to try to do. That's the typical practice today. Maybe it'll only be $20. Maybe you can get Overwatch 1 and Overwatch 2 for $40. Who knows? I don't really know what they're going to do, but that's kind of my thought process. That's where I look. That's what I see. And that's just how I feel about it. It's interesting to find out, it's interesting to try to speculate what's going to happen, but that is what it is. Of course, the other thing is we don't know a release date. There's apparently someone was told by Jeff Kaplan that it would be releasing in fall 2020. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it'll be 2021 when it comes out. Maybe it'll be late fall 2020, but I don't expect it to come out within the next year. I expect it to be much later, but hopefully I'm wrong, because I wouldn't mind it coming out next year. I think that's all I wanted to talk about today. Overall, I'm excited for Overwatch 2. I think it looks good. The story content is probably the stuff I want more than anything else, so for me, that's pretty cool. But that's all I got for you today. So if you enjoyed, consider liking and subscribing. But I'll see you all in the next video. And comment down below what your thoughts are on Overwatch 2. Okay, bye-bye.